It's the start of a new chapter, and if you're anything like most of us, you're feeling a mix of hope, pressure, and quiet ambition. You want more than productivity this year. You want a life and a financial system that actually supports you. Resetting your finances isn't about restricting yourself or becoming a different person. It's about remembering who you are and choosing money habits that support that version of you. Today, we're starting a 5-part mini-series designed to help you reset your finances in the most simplest and also most grounded way possible. Each video builds gently on the next, so you never feel lost or behind. But you can also watch them separately. We're doing this together, one step at a time. And in this first video, we're gonna clear the noise, so you can begin this new season of your life with clarity, confidence, and intention. Here's something that I wish someone had told me years ago. Most people aren't bad with money. They're overwhelmed, they are ashamed, or they were never taught how to keep money, only how to spend it or earn it. When you don't have a clear relationship with your money, your life will always feel one step behind. You make money, it disappears. You have dreams, they feel unrealistic. You want stability, but you don't know where to start. And the new year becomes the cycle of, this time I will finally fix it, followed by, actually, I don't even know where to begin. We're going to break that cycle today. There was a moment in my life when my relationship with money completely shifted. When I was younger, I dreamed of studying abroad. California, sun, ocean, English classes. A different life from the one I knew. But financially, it felt impossible. I didn't grow up with predictable money. Sometimes we had a little more and sometimes we had a little less. But one thing was always true. I needed to figure things out on my own. So when the opportunity came up, I panicked. I didn't speak English well. I was working multiple jobs. And I also didn't come from a background where people did things like this. But there was this one sentence a colleague at work said to me: "If you never try, you will never know." And that tiny sentence actually changed the trajectory of my life. I saved every single cent that I could. I finally said no to the things that didn't matter. And I said yes to the version of myself I was becoming. And I funded the entire experience on my own. That was the moment I realized money isn't just about numbers. Money is a tool to build a life you're proud of. And that's exactly the mindset and habits we're going to build in this reset together. But why does financial change usually fail? Most people fail because they try to force themselves into a rigid budgeting system that they actually don't believe in. They think discipline is the answer. But discipline without meaning actually doesn't last. You don't stick to money habits because they're good. You stick to them because they are connected to a life you care about. Once your money is tied to your values, everything becomes easier. Saying no to distractions, saving consistently, spending more consciously, and making decisions you're proud of. Your financial journey becomes less about restriction and more about alignment. So let's reset your finances in the simplest and most sustainable way possible. I want to share something that I observed years ago, something that completely shifted how I look at money. In my early 20s, I had 2 friends who, without knowing it, became the perfect illustration of what actually creates financial stability. Let's call them Sarah and Alex. Same age, same city, same social circle, but completely different lives. Sarah didn't earn much. Alex earned almost double. And yet, every month it was Sarah who felt calm, steady, and prepared, while Alex felt stressed, behind, and always catching up. For the longest time, I couldn't understand it. How can someone with less feel secure, while someone else with more constantly feels overwhelmed? And then it finally clicked. There are only 2 levers that you can control in personal finance: your income and your expenses. And everything else, saving, investing, and stability, is simply a result of how you manage these 2. When I looked at Alex and Sarah through that lens, everything made sense. Sarah didn't have a high income, but she was intentional and in control of her first lever, her expenses. She made choices that reflected her values. Her lifestyle fit her reality. And because her expenses were aligned, her smaller income was enough to create stability. Alex, on the other hand, had a strong income. His first lever was powerful, but the second lever completely unmanaged. His expenses were driven by stress, comparison, and autopilot habit. And here's the key: neither lever is better. Some people, like Sarah, start by aligning their expenses. Others, like many of us at different stages, need to grow the income lever, especially if the current one simply can't support the life we want. But the real difference between Alex and Sarah wasn't income or expenses. It was clarity. Clarity around what was coming in, what was going out, and whether either of those actually reflected their values. You don't need a perfect budget or a massive salary. You need alignment. It's not about aggressively lowering your expenses or excessively increasing income. It's about making both support the life you actually want. Because if you try to fix your finances without knowing why, you will always fall back into old patterns. Now, what is your first step gonna be? I want you to take a moment today after this video and write down 3 things. Just 3 simple answers to this question. What would make this year feel rich for me? Not rich in the flashy way, rich in the meaningful way. It could be feeling less stressed, traveling somewhere you've dreamed about, having a small safety buffer, being able to afford something that matters deeply to you, or simply having more peace in your life. And trust me, I do this every single year, and my 3 answers change as I grow. One of mine was simply peace of mind, and that single word ended up guiding so many of my decisions. For example, that I finally fulfilled my dream of doing a sabbatical and quitting my job without another one lined up. This is your foundation, your anchor, your starting point for this entire series. Don't overthink it. Your answers don't need to be perfect. They just need to be honest. In the next 4 videos, we're going deeper into the pillars of a more calm and meaningful financial life. Each week, we're going to take one area and make it simple. Conscious spending, saving with intention, investing without overwhelm, and transforming your money beliefs and habits. These are the things that help me go from juggling multiple jobs, overdrafts, and uncertainty to living in different countries, paying off debt, funding a sabbatical, and feeling calm with my money. I want you to feel that peace too. You're not behind. You're not bad with money. You're simply starting with clarity this time, which already puts you far ahead. And if you're ready to continue this financial reset with intention, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're the first to know when the next video drops. Let's make this year the year you finally feel supported by money, not stressed. So, see you in the next video. Bye.